Welcome everybody to a new episode of the vlog. Today I'm here in Zurich and I'm very excited to show you who I'm meeting today. It's a good friend of mine from Berlin who came to visit me here, and we are going to discuss everything about public relations for a startup. And today I'm very excited that I'm hosted here by the co-working space at the Tessinerplatz by Emmanuel. Thank you so much for giving us the place. I will make sure to link it below in the description so you can come check it out. And here is also the link for checking it out. It's here in Zurich, very great location, but come with me and I'll show you and we'll discuss everything that's important to startups and public relation and working together with media. I think what's very special about Sachar is that he's one of the very few people that I find to be very, very on trend with how PR and media attention is working these days. And fun fact on the side, we're both very, very big Gary Vaynerchuk fans. So I'm sitting here with my good friend from Berlin, Sachar. Thank you so much for coming all the way to visit me here in Zurich at the co-working space of the Tessinerplatz.
Thank you very much. It's a very nice space, actually. It looks like they opened today.
Yes, it is beautiful. For all the two people out there who have no idea who you are, maybe give them a pitch of like who you are.
My name is Sachar Klein. I do PR and communications now for almost 15 years. I worked before as a journalist, and the job of my company hypr and mine is to make maybe even your company public and visible and build a great reputation so people know what you do, why you do it, and become a fan of you.
What has changed in PR work in general over the last 10 years?
If we just have a look of what has changed maybe in the last almost 20 years, we see that there are not that much newspapers and magazines. Basically, there are not so many journalists. There are not so many people you can tell your story to. So you need to understand how to tell your story by yourself, and also which channels are the most efficient and the most effective to tell your story.
When you talk as a startup in the early stages of the process of building a big company, what is it that they have to look out for when they work with a PR agency as well as when they talk directly to journalists?
First of all, they have to understand that there is no one waiting for them to publish their content. No one cares about you. Only because you think your product is great, it doesn't make a good story. A story has many different pillars, and one of these pillars is you, the founder of the company. So basically, you need to understand why you do things and why you get up in the morning very early. You need to become a very important and actor in your story. That's our job as an agency, to make you understand that, to get your story and to work with you to build that story.
From my personal experience, the whole networking part with the journalists is very time consuming. So
That's true.
At what stage do you say is the right moment to either, focus on the networking part or delegate it to a PR agency?
Never focus on a networking part. It's time consuming. I'm now doing my job for almost 20 years. I'm just interested in people. And if you're interested in people, you meet a lot of people, and that's not networking for me. I tweet a lot. I post a lot on Facebook. I post a lot on LinkedIn. I post a lot on Instagram. At some point, might be attracted to my content, and that's also networking.
How much attention should a founder put on social media, and at what stage?
From the very beginning, from the day she or he wakes up and says, I'm gonna start a company, then tweet it. Take a camera, do a video. Just think of how cool it would be if you had the chance to watch how Mark Zuckerberg writes the first code of Facebook. If you give people the chance to watch how you build something, these people become part of your movement. And if they're part of the movement, they will support you no matter what.
Let's say, there's a startup out there. What would it be that you recommend them to start on? Which social media channel, what medium, what makes sense for who?
You cannot generalize that. I mean, if you do video, of course, YouTube is important. It's not about a channel. It's about the mindset of you doing things and not to think too much about it, what's right and what's wrong. Your setup here, right now, it's very basic, but how you ask questions, that makes it unique. And that is very hard to copy for anyone else. That's how you build your reputation. If you do your startup show, you always have your yellow hoodie and people understand who you are and what you're doing.
Yep.
You don't need a fancy camera for that. You don't need 20 light boxes. All you have and what you do is you ask great questions and everyone can do their stuff. Basically, what you need to do is you need to start and then try things out, try things on Facebook, try things on Instagram, build your reputation if you go all in.
Based on your experience with all of the startups that you have advised on in the past, what would you say practically works?
What I've seen over the last, let's say, 12 months is this huge shift when it comes to LinkedIn. Right now, it's not the network it used to be. It's a great way to tell your story. It's a great way to distribute content. In December, one of our clients posted a text on LinkedIn. More than 60,000 people read his article because it was well written. There was a network effect. He generated more than 600 shares on LinkedIn, and this happens a lot.
One of the things that your agency offers is influencer marketing. A lot of misconceptions around that. What exactly should be the strategy over there, specifically, let's say, a startup?
If you want to sell something, and if you want to sell something only, don't do influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is a great way to brand your company, to build a great reputation, to build a great brand, and to sell. But if you focus only on the process of selling, then you should focus on performance marketing and not influencer marketing, because you work with people. And if you work with people, you always should respect who they are, what they do, and listen to them.
A startup, how should they use influencer marketing?
But first of all, they don't have to. No one has to do influencer marketing. But if you do, what do you do that creates value? How can you create value for an influencer and not only think of the influencers with a reach of 500,000 followers or maybe 1 million followers on Instagram? Just think who your influencers are.
Sachar, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed this, because this is very valuable consulting that you get there, right there for free. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out hypr Agency.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you in Berlin next time.
Hopefully. Bye-bye.
Thank you everybody for watching today's vlog. Make sure to subscribe, and as usual, if you want to contact me, here's my email and my mobile number that goes directly to me. And I'm very excited to see you in the next vlog, and I'll see you there. Have a great day.